Hey guys, my name is Arnold Schwarzenegger. Today I am with MJF. Hey MJF,
Oh, look who it is.
why do you always want to go to WWE?
It's not that I want to go to WWE, it's that they have what I want and AEW doesn't.
Like what?
Money, power, and respect to my name, none of which I'm getting here in AEW.
If you go to WWE, who is your dream match appointment?
My dream match appointment in WWE, that's a tough one. But I'd have to say I'd love to face Roman Reigns.
Will you keep your theme song?
Oh, you bet your ass. There's no way I'm ditching the best entrance theme in wrestling history.
Will you keep your name?
Are you kidding me? Of course I'll keep my name. It's iconic. It's synonymous with greatness. There's no way they dare change it.
You versus Seth Rollins in what match?
Me against Seth Rollins in a 60-minute Iron Man match. I'd bring out every ounce of my talent and skills in a hard-fought back and forth.
Anybody else?
Oh, absolutely. A dream match in WWE for me would also be with someone like Cody Rhodes. I've heard the rumors about him coming back, and it'd be a great match. Plus, I'd like to get my hands on him personally.
You as Cody Rhodes in what match?
How about a cage match? It'd be a brutal, hard-hitting match with us locked in a cage, no escape or outside interference. I'd relish the opportunity to take down someone like Cody in that kind of setting.
Play mind games with him?
Oh, you better believe I'd play mind games with him. I'd get in his head, mess with his focus, and make him doubt his every move. It's part of my arsenal, and I wouldn't hesitate to use it against Cody or anyone else I face.
Will stay a heel.
Of course, I'd stay a heel. Being a villain is my bread and butter. I thrive on being the guy the fans love to hate. It's who I am, and it's brought me this far. Why change now?
You versus CM Punk in what match?
A match against CM Punk? Well, that definitely bring back some memories. It'd be more personal than most matches, considering our history. But you can bet it'd be one of the most intense and talked about bouts in wrestling history.
What's the storyline for the build-up?
The build-up would be based on our past encounters and the fact that we have unfinished business. There'd be plenty of trash talking, insults flying left and right, and lots of personal jabs thrown back and forth. The tension would be so thick you could cut it with a knife. It'd culminate in a brutal, no-holds-barred match that'd keep the fans on the edge of their seats.
You think Triple H will give you a proper push?
Oh, I'm sure Triple H would appreciate a talent like me on the roster. He's all about pushing the best of the best, and I am the best. So, I have no doubt he'd give me a proper push. They'd be foolish not to leverage my unique charisma and skill.
Do you know why you left the WWE in the first place?
I left WWE because I wasn't satisfied with how they saw me. They didn't see the potential in me that I knew I had. I wasn't being given the opportunities or treatment that I knew I deserved. Plus, let's be honest, AEW was willing to take a chance on me, and they've done nothing but help my career flourish since I joined.
You was a security guard. What's you upset with that role?
Being a security guard was a huge downgrade from what I knew I was capable of. I didn't spend years training and honing my skills just to be stuck playing babysitter to some wrestlers. I wanted to be the top guy, putting on the best matches and stealing the show. I yearned to be the star, not relegated to being a glorified bodyguard.
Since Vince McMahon's gone, would we be a champion again in WWE?
You know, I've always said I have no issue with WWE itself. It's the people in charge, like Vince, who rub me the wrong way. But with him gone, it does change things. Being a champion in WWE, it'd be a crowning achievement, no doubt. It'd be validating. I have no doubt I could be a champion again in WWE.
What's the reason why you take team with Adam Cole?
I partnered with Adam Cole because he's someone I respect. We mesh well together, our skills complement each other. He's a fantastic wrestler in his own right, and together we've become a powerhouse duo. Plus, let's face it, having him by my side gives me an added level of protection, which is never a bad thing in this business.
What do you do on your free time?
On my free time? Well, let me tell you, I'm living the good life. I've got a penthouse suite with a killer view, expensive cars, and a never-ending wardrobe of designer clothes. I like to party, go out with my friends, and make sure people are talking about me.
What is your favorite game to play?
My favorite game to play is definitely golf. There's just something about being out there on the course, the cool breeze, the sun shining down, and the challenge of each hole. It's a great way to unwind and take a break from the constant grind of this business. Plus, it doesn't hurt that I can usually find some top-notch country clubs to play at where I get the VIP treatment.
Who do you want to face in AEW for your dream match? You never fought.
One guy I've had my sights on in AEW for a while now, Kenny Omega, the Cleaner, the Heartbreak Kid. Whatever you call him, that guy is a phenomenal wrestler. I've seen his matches, and I know he's the kind of opponent that could bring out the best in me. A match against Omega would be a true dream match for me. The skills, the intensity, the sheer entertainment value, it'd be an epic bout for the ages.
Do you want to face anybody else in WWE that you never fight?
Oh, absolutely. In WWE, there's a few names that come to mind. For starters, there's Roman Reigns. He's the face of the company, but I know I could take him down. Then there's Bobby Lashley. That guy's a beast in the ring, but I've got the skill and the drive to bring him down. And let's not forget Brock Lesnar. He's a legend in this business, and I'd love to test myself against him and prove that I'm in his league.
You versus Brock Lesnar in what match type?
Me against Brock Lesnar in a Falls Count Anywhere match. It'd be a no-holds-barred, anything-goes brawl where there's no escape, no mercy. We'd bring out every ounce of our intensity and physicality in a brutal, hard-hitting affair that would push us both to our absolute limits.
What's the storyline about?
The storyline would be centered around dominance and control. Brock would position himself as the unstoppable powerhouse, but I'd be the arrogant, cocky upstart who's out to prove I belong in his league. We'd clash over who's the true alpha in the ring. I'd use my wit, charisma, and all-around talent to get under Brock's skin, and he'd respond with sheer brute strength. It'd be an epic battle of wills and skills.
You wouldn't face anybody from the legend in WWE.
There are so many legendary names from WWE that I've yet to face. I'd love to go up against someone like Ric Flair, the Nature Boy, a true legend who has shaped the industry. A match against him would be a chance for me to show my skills against someone who's been there, done that. Plus, it'd be a thrill to be in the same ring as someone who's a living legend. I respect him, and I'd want to prove I belong in his company.
Could you imagine you versus Stone Cold Steve Austin?
Oh man, Stone Cold Steve Austin, the Bionic Redneck, the Texas Rattlesnake. That's a name that's synonymous with wrestling greatness. A match against him would be an honor, but it'd also be a battle for the ages. He's a rebel, and I'm a rebel. We'd clash in the ring, exchanging blows and words. It'd be a physical and verbal battle that would leave fans on the edge of their seats.
You versus Mankind in what type of match?
A match against Mankind, huh? That'd be interesting. Given his penchant for hardcore and dangerous matches, I see us in a no-holds-barred or a street fight. It'd be an unsanctioned, no-holds-barred brawl where we'd bring out every weapon and every trick we have. It'd be a chaotic, brutal contest that would test both my skills and my limits.
Could you imagine you vs Dominic Mysterio, vs heel?
Me against Dominic Mysterio, heel versus heel. Now, that's an intriguing matchup. We'd be two of the most hated characters in the business going at it. The fans would be torn, not sure who to root for, but glued to the action nonetheless. It'd be a battle of cunning, deception, and pure underhanded tactics. And let's be honest, it'd be a hell of a show.
You and Dominic Mysterio in promo.
MJF, Dom, you think you're something special? You're just a spoiled, talentless brat riding your father's coattails. Dominic Mysterio. And you? You're just a loudmouthed coward who relies on cheap shots and dirty tricks. You're all talk, MJF. Talk? I am the best. I'm the top guy in this business. And you? You're just a joke. You're just a joke. And me something as you would hat you.
Could you imagine that pop you came out WWE and the fans will go insane for you?
Imagining the scenario, oh, I can already picture it. The music hits, the arena goes dark, and then bam! I appear on stage. The crowd would go wild. They'd chant my name, scream for me, begging for more. And I'd give it to them. I'd show them what real talent looks like. I'd remind them why I'm the best in this business. It'd be a moment to remember. That's for damn sure.
If you did show up in WWE, what do you want to say in a promo?
Well, if I showed up in WWE, I wouldn't hold back. I'd cut a scathing, intense promo on the state of the company and how they've been lacking the past few years. I'd talk about how they've failed to produce true top-tier talent and how they've missed the mark when it comes to compelling storylines. I'd call out anyone and everyone who needs to be called out, and I'd make it clear that I'm here to shake things up and show them what real greatness looks like.
You versus Sean Spears?
Me versus Sean Spears, huh? I've faced him before, and it was a good match. He's a solid competitor, but he doesn't have the star power or the charisma that I bring to the table. I'd have no problem taking him down once again. With my skills and my talent, I'd make short work of him and prove why I'm the best in the business.
In what match?
In terms of match type, I'd say a submission match. It would play to my strengths and allow me to showcase my technical prowess. I have a knack for putting my opponents in painful submissions, and I'm confident I could tap Spears out in no time flat. Plus, there's something particularly satisfying about forcing your opponent to submit, don't you think? It's like they're admitting that you're the superior wrestler, and that's a feeling I enjoy immensely.
He was your manager, is this right?
Yeah, he was my manager for a time in AEW, but that's all in the past now. While I appreciated his efforts, I eventually decided I didn't need a manager holding me back. I wanted to shine on my own, and that meant cutting ties with Spears. I don't hold any grudges against him, but I do see him as expendable. In the wrestling business, it's every man for himself, and Spears simply didn't have what it takes to keep up with me.
What title you want in WWE if you'd ever do this?
If I were to join WWE, I'd have my sights set on the top title, of course. The WWE Championship would be my ultimate goal. It's the most prestigious title in the business, and I know I have what it takes to claim it and hold it. Plus, can you imagine the impact it would have? The reactions from the fans and my opponents would be off the charts. Seeing me with the WWE Championship around my waist would be a sight to behold, that's for sure.
Will you keep your Devil theme song for like WrestleMania stuff?
Oh, you can bet I'd keep my Devil theme song, especially for big ticket events like WrestleMania. It's a signature part of my character, and the fans love it. It's become synonymous with me, and it's a way to make a statement whenever I make an entrance. Plus, there's something satisfying about having a unique and recognizable theme song. It sets me apart from other wrestlers and adds an extra layer of impact whenever it hits. So, yeah, you can count on me keeping the Devil theme song for the big moments and...
Will you keep the mask?
Ah, the mask. It's a part of my Devil persona, after all. Yeah, I'd keep it. It adds an element of mystery and intrigue to my character. Plus, it just looks badass, you know? The way it covers my face but still allows my eyes to gleam through? It's kind of creepy and intimidating, wouldn't you say? The mask stays.
Was it hot in that mask when you walked out in AEW?
Oh, it definitely got hot in that mask. It was a tight fit, and the material wasn't exactly the most breathable. It was like being trapped in a furnace at times. But you know what? I never complained. It was all part of the persona. The Devil doesn't show weakness, doesn't show discomfort. I pushed through the heat and discomfort because I knew the impact it was having on the fans. And that's what mattered to me.
Why you changed your theme song to These Wolves Better Than You from Dig Deep?
To be honest, I just felt like it was time for a change. I wanted to mix things up a bit and try something new. The Better Than You theme fit my arrogant, cocksure persona perfectly. It's flashy, confident, and it sends a message. These Wolves was great, but I just felt it was time for a change. Plus, Better Than You adds an extra layer to my character, and I like that. It reinforces the idea that I'm the best in the business.
Could you imagine you walked out with that theme song in the Fanville song It?
Oh, I can already imagine it. The crowd singing along to my theme song, drowning out the music with their own voices. It's a rush, let me tell you. There's something truly special about connecting with the fans through music. And when they're singing my theme song, it shows that they've truly bought into my character and invested in me. It's a hell of an experience.
You was in this movie Happy Gilmore too?
Ah! Yeah, that's right. I did make a little cameo appearance in that movie. It was a fun project, and Adam Sandler is a legend in comedy. But, hey, don't get it twisted. Acting might be fun, but my passion will always be wrestling.
You was in The Iron Claw. You play as Lance Von Erich.
Oh yeah, I was in The Iron Claw, playing the character of Lance Von Erich. It was an honor to portray such a tragic figure in wrestling history. The story of the Von Erich family is one that's deeply intertwined with wrestling, and it was a privilege to be a part of telling that story on the big screen. And I'll tell you, playing the role of Lance was a real challenge. But hey, adversity is something I'm familiar with.
Was in Beyond All Hands on Deck. How did you feel work with Chris Statlander, Wheeler, Utah?
Working with Chris and Wheeler was a blast. They're both incredibly talented and driven individuals, and it was a privilege to share the screen with them. We had some great chemistry and really brought our characters to life. The whole production was a fun and collaborative experience, and I learned a lot from everyone involved.
Do you remember this match, you versus Marco Stunt in CCW?
Oh yeah, I remember that match in GCW. It was a pretty entertaining one, I have to admit. Marco is a talented and fearless competitor, and it was a pleasure to share the ring with him. I was able to show off my skills and my character, and the crowd was really into it. It was a great experience, and I have fond memories of that match.
What is your favorite match with a Marco Stunt?
Well, if I had to pick one, it'd be our GCW match from last year. It was a hard-hitting, all-out war that really showcased both of our talents. We put on a great show for the audience, and I ended up getting the win in the end. It was a satisfying victory and a memorable match for sure.
Remember this, you vs Grimm in a ladder match. I think this is for your debut match on Silly Super Pop, a YouTube channel.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. It was my debut match on Silly Super Pop YouTube channel, and it was quite the experience. Grimm and I put on a hell of a show in that ladder match, climbing and fighting all over the place. It was a wild and unexpected match, but it was a lot of fun to be a part of, and I think the fans enjoyed it too.
Anything to your fans?
You know, I wouldn't be here without the support of my fans. They're the ones who truly make this journey possible. So, to my fans, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for believing in me, for cheering me on, and for helping me achieve everything I have in this business. And know that I will continue to give my all every time I step into the ring to make y'all proud.
What do you want to say to your haters?
To my haters, well, first off, I want to say thanks. Thanks for fueling me. Thanks for giving me an extra spark of fire to prove myself. Because make no mistake, every time you try to put me down, it just makes me even more determined to rise to the top. So keep hating, because your disdain only fuels my success. And when I reach the heights I inevitably will, I hope you're watching.
Do you have any social media?
Yeah, I have social media. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. My handles are MJF, MJF Champ, and MJF Official, respectively. I'm pretty active on there, sharing behind-the-scenes stuff, interacting with fans, and just being my awesome self. So, feel free to follow me and get a glimpse into my life, both inside and outside the ring.
How did you meet Cody Rhodes?
Cody and I go way back. We met in the Indies when we were both up-and-coming wrestlers. We hit it off right away and became good friends, bonding over our passion for wrestling and our shared drive to make it to the top. We've been through a lot together, and our friendship has stood the test of time. I consider him a brother and a great friend, and I'm grateful to have him in my corner.
How meet your girlfriend, Alicia Atut?
Alicia. We met through the wrestling world, actually. She works in the industry as a journalist and interviewer. We struck up a conversation one day and we just hit it off. I admire her intelligence, her passion for wrestling, and her genuine interest in people's lives. We connected on a deeper level, and before long we started dating. I'm really glad we met, and I'm lucky to have her in my life.
Do you want a kid with Alicia Atut?
Yeah, I definitely want to start a family with Alicia in the future. Having a kid with her would be a dream come true. We've talked about it, and we both want to be parents someday. I can already picture myself as a dad, and I know she'll make a fantastic mother. So, yeah, having a child with Alicia is definitely a future goal of mine.
What was your childhood?
My childhood, well, it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows, I'll tell you that. But it was also a time of great joy and discovery. I grew up in Long Island, so there was always something to do and someone to play with. And I was a pretty active kid, always into sports and outdoor activities. But I always had a passion for wrestling, even as a kid, and it was my dream to become a pro wrestler one day.
Do you have a favorite moment with Alicia Atut in Disneyland?
Oh yeah, I definitely have a favorite moment at Disneyland with Alicia. It was the time we went to Disneyland for our anniversary and went on a bunch of rides together. We laughed and screamed and just had a blast. And then there was this one moment when we were on the carousel and we were spinning around and around and the lights were flashing all around us. It was just a really special and romantic moment. I'll never forget it.
What is your dream place to visit?
Oh geez, there are so many places I'd love to visit. I guess if I had to pick just one dream place, it'd be Paris. The city of love. There's something almost magical about it, you know? The architecture, the food, the culture, it just sounds like a dream. I can imagine myself strolling down the Champs-Élysées, taking in all the sights and soaking in the atmosphere. Plus, who wouldn't want to kiss their girl under the Eiffel Tower?
Dream house.
Oh, I'd love a Lamborghini Huracan Coupe. It's fast, it's stylish, and it just exudes power. Plus, the roar of the engine when you rev it up is absolutely intoxicating. I'd never get tired of driving that beast.
What one match you hated in AEW that you regret?
Oh, that's an easy one. I regret my match with Chris Jericho. That guy is a pain in the ass, and the whole thing was just a mess. The build-up was chaotic, and the match itself was all over the place. And I made some mistakes and didn't bring my A game, and I wish I could take it back and give the fans something better to remember.
Who do you have a favorite moment with Cody Rhodes in AEW?
There were a bunch of great moments with Cody in AEW, but if I had to pick just one, it'd be the time he and I teamed up against the Young Bucks. It was a dream team match, and we worked so well together. It was a proud moment for me, teaming up with my best friend and having a hell of a match together.
Thank you for your time, for joining me. Do you want to say anything else before ended the video?
Thanks for having me. I just want to say this. Thank you to the fans for their support. They are what makes this journey worth it. They inspire me, motivate me, and give me a reason to keep pushing forward. And know that I will always give it my all, every time I step into the ring. So keep watching, keep supporting, and let's make history together.
What does your tattoo mean?
This tattoo, it's got a pretty deep meaning to me. It's a reminder to keep going, to keep fighting and pushing forward, no matter how tough things get. It's a symbol of my resilience and my determination to be the best. And it's also a bit of a tribute to my mom, who always believed in me and supported me, even when the odds were stacked against me. So it's a pretty important piece of ink. I am better than you, and you know it. Thank you for listening. My name is MJF, and I will always be better than you. Peace.